Well, thank you, Congressman Dexter. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you to my colleagues for hosting this event today and really just shedding light on the cruelty of this Republican tax scam. Congressional Republicans are betraying the American people by forcing a bill through that will make Oregonians sicker, hungrier, and poorer. At a time when Americans are already struggling to make ends meet, this bill would sell out children, seniors, veterans, and families to give massive tax breaks to billionaires. I know we've heard this before, but it is worth repeating. And I know I speak for all my colleagues here when I say that our response to this bill is very simple. Hell no. These cuts would be some of the cruelest, most dramatic gutting of benefits ever passed in Congress, and we won't stand for it. Congressional Republicans are pushing cuts to Medicaid. And what this means in Oregon, 1.4 million people rely on the Oregon health plan. All of these people could be impacted, and up to almost 200,000 Oregonians could lose their health care entirely, including tens of thousands just in the 6th district. Across the country, 17 million Americans would lose their health care. At least when the bill was in the House, it was only 16 million. Now it moves to the Senate. Now it's 17 million who could lose their health care. These cuts would shutter rural hospitals and clinics like West Valley Hospital or Woodburn Pediatric Clinic, just in my district. I've been talking to these folks. They are worried. They're really, really concerned. They could force nursing homes and healthcare centers to close, leaving families with higher costs and fewer options for care. House Republicans' plan also takes away funding for SNAP, our nutrition, Meals on Wheels, taking food away, again, from children, seniors, and veterans. I recently joined Marion Polk Food Share and Meals on Wheels to pass out meals to beneficiaries. And I spoke with one woman who relies on this food to sustain her life. She was told by her healthcare provider that she was underweight a year ago, and if she didn't get nourishing food, she would die. Meals on Wheels is life-saving. SNAP serves 740,000 or 1 in 6 Oregonians each month, half of which are children's, seniors, and people with disabilities. These people are not statistics. They're our friends, neighbors, fellow citizens. Stripping them from accessing food isn't efficient. It isn't cutting waste, fraud, and abuse. It is abuse, and hunger is a policy choice. And while Republicans claim this bill cuts taxes, that's only true for the wealthiest Americans. If you are not a billionaire, you are being sent down the river. For Oregonians struggling to make ends meet, this bill will raise costs on everything from your energy bill to your prescription medications to your food costs. Not only does this bill raise costs, it is also a fiscal disaster, allowing an additional $5 trillion added to our national debt. So for a party that claims to care about cutting the debt, it is crystal clear Republicans care more about cutting health care and SNAP. But it does not have to be this way. Time and time again, I have tried to work on, and as my colleagues here have, tried to work on a bipartisan basis on legislation that would actually bring down costs and make life better for families. But congressional Republicans have rejected this time and time again, and instead are just hell-bent on ripping away healthcare and food assistance for millions, all to benefit wealthy people. I'm committed to doing everything I can to stop this cruel bill. I'll keep speaking out, introducing amendments, talking with my Republican colleagues to protect Oregonians. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. So the longer we delay this bill and the more time we have to let the American people know how harmful this legislation is, the greater the pressure will be to kill the bill. Thank you. And let's keep up this fight.